Everybody, this is After the Whistle with your host Xavier Chase and my co-host Jaden Valentine. Today we will be talking just about six bullet points of this NBA season for the 2023-2024 season. This is the first episode of After the Whistle. We will try and post weekly, every week. If we does any better, we'll see where we'll go from there. We can post more, get more content out there for you guys. So, is anything you got for us, Jaden?
No, just here to have some fun, talk about some hoops, share to your friends, show everybody.
Phil,
Just try and get a lot of people talking about hoops, just in the comments and stuff like that.
right.
Yeah.
So, cheers to a long journey, man. I feel
hmm
like this is going to be good. So, the first point I got for us, we're just going to jump right into it. Who are your favorites for the season? Who's going to win the chip? Let me get the East. Let me get the West. We already know what happened with the Bucks and the Celtics getting their stars, Kristaps, Drew, Dame, respective teams. So for the East, who do you have coming out the East? Do you have the Bucks or do you have the Celtics?
Coming out of the East is real hard, and honestly, up until this podcast and ever since those trades happened, I've been thinking about who's going to win out the East, and like it's really been just flip flopping, going to different teams every single every single moment of my day. I'm just thinking because I'm always thinking about this. I'm like always thinking about it because my favorite team is in the East.
Right.
So I'm always thinking about how the East is moving right now,
Trust me,
and
I get it.
I'm getting real scared. But honestly, I don't have the Bucks or the Celtics getting out. I
Ooh.
think, I think, I think you need that narrative to get to the finals. You need
Mhm.
that story. I feel this year there. I mean, obviously there's a story with the Miami Heat, but the Nuggets won, and I feel the Nuggets just won just because like they just got in there and got business done. That's how it was, and there really wasn't really a story to them. And I feel like that's why their finals is gonna be more of a forgotten type finals.
Right.
And the year before that, Warriors, that's a great story. The year before that, Giannis getting his first one. So yeah, and I
Right.
think the story this year I think it's gonna be Philly making the finals. I think Philly's gonna do it. I think they're gonna do it. I think Embiid is gonna have another MVP like season,
Right.
and I think Harden's gonna get around and come play for the team. I think it's gonna happen. Maxi's gonna make that step. It's going to work, and I think they will be my favorites to make it out of the East this year.
Right. So I like the Philly. I like everything Philly. My favorite team's not the 76ers though. They're one of my favorite teams, but my number one team is the Bulls. So I get what you're saying about
Yes.
your favorite team being in the East. My Bulls aren't going anywhere, and I'm not gonna sit here and be like, oh, they're gonna go to the finals. I don't even know if they'll make the playoffs. They'll probably make the play in, but not the playoffs. Or they'll probably
hmm
make the play in, but I don't know if they'll make the playoffs. Um, for me, I definitely think I got the Bucks. I think the Bucks they're the Bucks. They have the best duo in the league now. They just pole vault everybody. I think it's definitely going to take some time to get used to. It's definitely going to take time for Giannis and Dame to gel because both of those players have never played with players with that caliber in that ceiling. But I definitely think that with the core of Giannis and Brooke Lopez is still there. You still got Chris Middleton. That championship DNA is still there, and you bring Dame time. Guy who can show up in the playoffs, who can do multitude of things and really come up big for you in key spots. I think definitely can the Bucks can definitely make a run and come out the East. The Celtics definitely are that are the second team. I think it's definitely between them and them, neck and neck. I just like the duo more of Dame and Giannis. That's just now Giannis doesn't have to score, 30 a night. Now Dame can have a 40 point per game performance, and then it's like Giannis still has 25 and 11 and 12. It's like, how do you stop that? And I think it's definitely neck and neck. But for me, I'm gonna say, uh, you know, the Bucks, and then so who do you got for the West? Because the West is
See, that it gets a little bit more difficult.
yeah, definitely.
For the West, honestly, it's kind of boring, but I might have to run it back with the Nuggets. I
Mm,
feel even though they lost their pieces, they're still just such a good team. Like I
right,
feel they still got it.
right.
The only problem with the Nuggets though, I see is whenever Joker's not in the game, that's gonna be a
Hmm.
real problem for them, and they're gonna have to figure that out.
Yeah,
They're gonna figure that one out. But I mean, he's a star player. He's gonna play 40 minutes a game, so it's really not that much you have to worry about.
right.
But yeah, I just think they got it.
No, definitely. That's definitely a point to that's definitely something to consider. Um, For me, I have the Lakers. It might sound like I'm a LeBron James meat writer. I do think he's the GOAT, but I just think that the Lakers can finally have a season again that was similar to their 2020 playoff run, the Mickey Mouse championship. I definitely think they can have a similar run. Now, when they won that chip then, they had depth. They had Danny Green, they had Rajon Rondo, they had Avery Bradley, Dwight Howard, JaVale McGee, Caruso, and you had Kyle Kuzma. You had so many, auxiliary pieces with that team, and it just reminds me a lot of, you know, this team this year for the Lakers reminds me a lot of that team. And the West is a lot more difficult. The Suns are going to be playing, the full season with KD, Book, and Beal. You still got Jokic. He was what he is now. That's not what he was in the bubble. He's a different animal now. But I think if AD is committed to playing, 82, which I don't think he'll play, but I think he'll play around 65. I definitely think he can, definitely elevate this Lakers team. And then LeBron, if LeBron can take that back seat that he was supposed to do last year, I think if AD jumps in the driver's seat, this team can win easily 53, 55 games and make a playoff push. Definitely going to have a long and hard road ahead of them, and given that they're in the West and there is a bunch of juggernauts in there. But I think the Lakers they make it out. I think they have the depth, they have the star power, defense, offense, they got everything. So I think top to bottom, I like the Lakers. So your finals would then be 76ers and the Nuggets.
Yes,
That would be, or
the two
yes, the
two
76ers
best
and Nuggets.
two best centers going at it.
That would be very interesting. So,
It would.
so let me ask you this: Does does James Harden get dealt at the trade deadline?
No, I think he stays, and I think he plays.
He plays.
I think he
That,
plays.
see, I think he gets dealt. I want him to stay because I don't think there's another team that really could use him besides the Clippers. But it's definitely something to monitor. I thought he was definitely going to get traded, but the Clippers just can't really offer him, or the Clippers can't really give out anything unless they, want to trade Paul George, which I saw, but I was like, I don't know if this is cap, if this is um just fake news. So that's why I was like, I don't know. So getting into our next topic, I posted a video on my TikTok. Um Link will be down in the description. I had a video I posted on my TikTok for the award winners for this season. So I guess we can go back and forth on. Um, so I'll give an award, and you can give who you think will win the award, and we can just go from there. You know, MVP, Rookie of the Year, DPOY, Six Man of the Year, and Most Improved Player. Those are the awards. We could predict. So for MVP, I had Giannis. Um, Again, from the points I laid out earlier, Giannis is gonna come back with a vengeance and try to avenge that first round loss that they had last year. And he's already gonna put up MVP numbers like he has in years past. And then with the addition of Dame, there's no reason why I don't think Giannis can win MVP. So who do you got? Who do you have for MVP? Oh,
So
you
with
already said
MVP,
Joel.
no, no, I don't
Oh,
think it's
okay,
gonna
go
be
ahead.
Joel Embiid.
Go ahead.
So with Giannis, it's okay. So as we know in the past, the unwritten rules of the MVP award was quite different. You had to be a top three seed to win it, right? And but now it's changed because Jokic he won it as a 6 seed. Westbrook had it as a 4 seed, and so now it's kind of difficult. But in my mind, I still go off of that top three to win it. So in my mind right now, I would say, oh, I don't think Giannis will win it, even though I think he'll have an MVP like season. I don't think the Bucks will be a top three seed. I don't see it. I don't see it. I don't think. I think their roster's too old. I think they're gonna have to sit some games. I think they will. So I don't think, and they have to get along playing with each other. They, new star in the building, so it's gonna be real hard for them to win a lot of games this season. I don't think they got it. I think if I'm predicting for next year, I think they'll be like a top seed, but I think Bucks might be a fourth or fifth seed this year. I think the MVP, if I had to lock in a pick right now, who's gonna win the MVP? It's real hard. It's extremely hard. I don't even want to put out the answer right now because I feel like people are gonna come back and be like, "Oh, you said this guy." My pick is going to Shea Gilgeous-Alexander of the OKC Thunder. I'm sorry. It just makes too much sense because I think it's gonna go to him because I see the Thunder winning 50 games this season. I think Thunder are gonna be a top two seed in the West, just like the Kings were like last year. I think the Thunder got it this year. I think they're too young to win something, but I think they will be a top seed. They got the young bulls out there. Young bulls are gonna play every game. That's how I see it. And they got just a great team building. I think
Wow.
it's gonna be Shea. Number two pick will be Luca though, but I don't think Luca's gonna be able to carry his trash team to the playoffs really like that. They might break it in there in the play-in, but yeah. So I don't think it'll be Luca just because of his team record. But yeah, yeah.
Wow. It said Shea Gilgeous Alexander. So I'm not gonna
Shea
lie, if he wins that, you heard it here first. Um wow. I never heard anybody say Shea Gilgeous for
I know. Sleeper pick
that
winner.
is that is a sleeper pick. And I'm not gonna lie, if you bet that for him winning MVP, you win a boatload of money. I'm not gonna lie.
I
Um
might have to throw up some money on that.
wow. Um I'm just like I'm shocked by that answer. That's a very bold, very like bold hot take prediction. Because a lot of people are gonna be like, "What? No,
It's because
Jokic
he.
or
It's because
Giannis."
he's not. It's because he's not a top like name in the league quite yet.
Right,
Quite yet. He will be
right.
one day. But he averaged 30.
Yeah, that's another thing I didn't understand why people were like, "Shea Gill just made it." I was like, he averaged 30 and they made the play in. Like they were close to making the playoffs. And I don't
Yeah,
understand. And nobody had predicted the Thunder to do that. So that's why I was like, I don't understand why
they didn't
people
have a
were like,
single center. They didn't have a single
"Yeah."
center on the roster because they got rid of Mike Muscala. And who's like Mike Muscala? Really? That's your starting center?
I said I know they had Paku. Paku, I think it's Pakushevsky, but nobody knows
Yeah,
who that
but
is.
he's a
Only if you
small.
like, I would say, yeah, only if you like know hoops, you know who that is. But
He's not even a center though. That's the thing. He's 7 foot. Don't get me wrong, but
yeah,
he's
that's what I was
like
like. I thought he's like seven
he's a
foot, but he's like,
he's a small forward, power forward guy.
yeah. So for rookie of the year, um, I'm gonna sound like a broken record. I'm gonna go with Victor Wembanyama, bruh. From
Yes.
what we have seen from this man in these, preseason games and in these,
Yes.
like, everybody is on notice. Everybody has like 2 or 3 years to win a chip before this man like hits his prime. Because when this man hits his prime, it is over. Like, pack the league up. This man is like ridiculous. I like just seeing some of the clips. He's sitting there blocking shots from. He starts from the free throw line and will block a shot that's all the way on the three point line, and then go down and then like dunk it. We've seen this man hit like tween mid range pull ups like D Book, and it's like what? Like, yeah, I think he'll definitely win rookie of the year. But I'm gonna let you do your pick, and then I'll say the next thing.
It's obviously Victor Wembanyama. It's gonna be. But I do have a sleeper pick just because I feel. I mean, they might not even play Victor Wembanyama most of the season,
Mm-hmm.
and this guy right here, he's gonna be playing a lot of minutes, lots of minutes because he's on a terrible team that got nobody. And I
Yeah.
think it is a potential chance because everyone's gonna say Scoot Henderson, Scoot Henderson.
Right.
Scoot Henderson gonna be great. I don't think this is the year for it. They got too many guards on that team. It is going to be Asor. That's the one on the Pistons, right? Asor Thompson
Yeah,
is
sore.
the rookie of the year if it's not Wembanyama. That's what I have to say right now. He is
Wow.
going to average 16, 7, and 7. Rookie Ben Simmons numbers. He's gonna average it. He's gonna have great defense. Terrible shooting efficiency though. He will have terrible
You
shooting.
know,
I
yeah.
I can tell you that for sure.
Yeah.
And he's gonna play like 40 minutes a game as a rookie. I'm
Yeah.
telling you, Pistons they suck. They're garbage.
I'm
Yeah,
surprised
it's
I'm
been.
surprised you didn't I'm surprised you didn't go with Chet. Given that you're so high on the Thunder. I'm surprised you didn't go with Chet, cuz he'll definitely play a lot because like you said before they don't have a center or they didn't have a center
Mhm,
last year and
yeah.
Chet is going to basically play, you know, a lot of minutes and I was surprised you didn't go with Chet, but Asar Thompson. Um I definitely seen some clips. I haven't, I know about him. I think a lot of people know more about a men than a sore,
Yes. Yes, you're
but
correct.
and I think some people don't really know about them either, like at all because they played in the overtime league.
Yeah.
But Asura, I've only seen like a couple clips, and he looks like a really hard nosed defender, and I
Mhm.
I project him to be pretty well, during his career in the next few seasons. That's definitely a sleeper pick. I don't think a lot of people have a Sar Thompson because not a lot of people, you know, really care about the Pistons. Nobody cares about Pistons basketball, So that's a very interesting pick. I'm here for
Mhm.
it. So now we have
Actually,
DP.
wait. You should
But
know. You should know how high I am on him because I got him on my fantasy team.
you did get him on the
You
fantasy team. You
he was my
did.
second to last pick. Yes. Mhm.
So I know I was gonna go DPOY, but this is why this is going to lead into something else. Speaking of fantasy, so for most improved player, I have Alperen Sengun.
Mhm. Yeah.
I think Alperen Sengun, like, already it was an offensive hub, offensive hub already, and I just believe that with Emi Udoka, he's going to play, a little bit better defense. He's not going to be like a cone, but he's also not going to be like first team all defense. He's not going to be Robert Williams, but I mean, I just see that projection for him, 15, 9, and, 7, somewhere around there for this young Rockets team that can win. Last year they won 22 games. I think this year they'll win probably 28, 29, maybe even 30 games. I definitely believe Alfred
I don't
Sengun
know.
can win. I mean, I know it's a lot of games, but I
I
mean,
don't think they're winning that many games. The West is too good.
the West is good. No, the West is good. I think, but it's just like they with a lot of other teams got better, and I think they're going to take that. I don't think they're going to fight for like a playing spot. Definitely not. Um, but I just think they just take like another leap. You're going to see flashes of what this team can do, and I do believe like this team, like along with the team that last year, they can catch. They're kind of like the Wizards for me in the East. They can catch you on an off night. That's how good they are. Because they're like you'll be like, oh, you just played the Rockets, and then bam, just like that, you lost. And I think they can really put, um, they could really end some people's um seasons like early.
No, that's
So
real. That's real. I I wouldn't be surprised if the Nuggets won like 60 games and somehow they lost two freaking games to the Rockets. Like I wouldn't be
mhm.
surprised. I would not be surprised, but yeah. Sengun is a good pick. The Sengun is a great pick. It probably will be him. But my I got a couple people because most improved player is kind of hard to predict.
Yeah,
But I got Ben Simmons. All right, Ben Simmons, which I don't know if technically he can win it because he's already been All NBA. But hey, they should give it to him if
I
he's
guess the way
improved.
how he fell, yeah.
um, I got DeAndre Ayton.
Okay.
I feel like he's gonna play a lot in Portland, and he's gonna be able to just do whatever he wants, and he's gonna get the ball. And then I mean, third would probably be like Sengun. But let's see, who else? Who else? Who else could I see?
There's like
Who else
Giddy.
could I see?
Giddy's
Yeah, I
up
was thinking
there.
Giddy. Yes, I was thinking Giddy because I could
Giddy's
see
up there.
Giddy coming in and playing like good defense this year.
Yeah.
I could see him doing that. And then probably like Kobe White from the Bulls. Yeah. He's been doing really good in preseason.
Yeah, there's a lot of reports about Kobe White really has a hand on that starting point guard job. Let's try and
Hmm.
let's speed through a couple more of these because we got a couple more topics, but we're gonna try and go through a couple more of these awards. We got DPOY. I have Anthony Davis. As I said on my video on TikTok, I do believe if he plays 65 games and he plays defense like how he did in the playoffs, there's no reason why I don't think Anthony Davis will win MVP or will DPOY.
Yes, I think Anthony Davis could win it if he plays enough though. That's the thing. But honestly, I feel this year might be the year Giannis gets another one because he's gonna be able to focus more on that end this year. I think that's a potential chance. So I got Giannis because I think Giannis will play the amount of games probably. I got Giannis or Wembanyama. That's what I see.
Mm,
Those are my two.
yeah, I think Giannis is definitely a good pick. Definitely. Um, I just don't think Triple J wins it. I don't think the voters are gonna like what they saw. I don't think the voters like what they saw. I know it's FIBA, but I don't think they like what they saw from you know this year in summer, and I just don't think they're
Yeah.
gonna allow him to win it again. Um, and for what six man of the year, there was like nobody I really could think of. I mean, I know there's like a couple good six men in the league. There's Malcolm Brogdon, there's Jordan Clarkson, but I don't think Malcolm Brogdon's going to play enough games because he's always hurt, and I think this is going to be the year where he actually is hurt because last year he played like 70 games or something like that. But I do believe that I think Tyler Hero wins six man of the year for the Heat. They're going to win like 41, 42 games this season, and he's proven to already be a top scorer for them, and I don't see why he wouldn't be able to win, six man of the year for them.
Um, I gotta check if this dude's actually a six man.
That's what
Uh,
I'm saying. It's kind of like hard. It's kind of hard. I mean, there's Emmanuel quickly too, but it's like it's
that's
kind of
exactly who I was looking up. That's exactly
yeah.
who I
Like
was
it's
looking up.
hard to like
I
really
was like,
figure out
does
who's.
he come off the bench or does he start? Because I think he might be starting this season.
Well, it's Brunson, Star J. I don't know who starts at the. Oh, Josh Hart, and then you have Randall and Mitchell
Okay,
Robinson.
yeah.
So he
So
probably
yeah,
won't start.
it might be Emmanuel quickly. Yes, I think Emmanuel quickly might win it. Or I could see one of the rookies, any of the rookies, any of them. If they don't start, it's gonna be one of the rookies. But
Mm.
yeah, I can see.
Yeah. No, most don't. No, I think it's just up for. If anybody wins it, I'd just be like, yeah. I just
Yeah, yeah.
gonna be like, okay. So, the next topic was where do you have the Suns? How far do they go? So I had made a bet earlier with one of my friends. Um, I made a bet, might be a hot take, and people are going to disagree that the Suns do not make it past the second round. I don't think they make it past the second round. I don't think their bench is good. They signed guys, but I don't think they're that great. I mean, Grayson Allen and Eric Gordon are really good, but I don't like Bobo. I don't think Bobo's good. That's just me. You might sound like a hater. Um, I don't think he's good. I think he's just gonna get DMPs in the playoffs. So will Yuta Watanabe. He'll probably get like a couple good minutes here and there, but then like Yusuf Nurkic, like he's gonna be terrible. Like he's like on defense, like
Oh my
Jesus
god.
Christ. Like I don't suspect them doing anything. I think they run into the same problems. Depth is being an issue in defense because they're gonna need to stop somebody. And I know Brad Beal said he wanted to be all defense, defensive team, but they're gonna need to play defense and then they're gonna need depth, which I don't think they have.
I can't predict what they're gonna do in the playoffs for real, just because I don't know how the playoff picture is gonna look.
Right.
But I can tell you this: I think the Suns will win 43. Yeah, I'll say no, 44 games. I'll say 44 games this season. I will say that it'll probably be like a sixth, fifth seed, and I'm not really high on them. Not really high on them.
Yeah, neither am I. I just don't think like I just like the regular season they're going to be an offensive juggernaut and they're going to score 140, 150 points easily, but the playoffs, I just think they run into the same problems, and they're going to need guys to sit down and play defense. They're going to need
Oh
guys
my
that
God. Wait. Sorry to cut you off.
go
Most improved Jordan Poole. What are we thinking? What are we thinking?
ahead.
He's about to average 40. Like, what are
Oh
we
man,
thinking?
not after a game he had last night. That game he had last night was terrible. He was like, I think he saw like 6%. He was like 1 for 15. That man was terrible last
No,
night.
look, this is what's gonna happen. He's gonna average probably like 20, 22 points per game
Mm,
because he might be a little bit higher just because he's gonna have nights where he's like on fire, and then the next game
mm.
he's gonna average like 5 points. So like it's gonna average out to be like 22 points per game.
Mm.
That's literally what's gonna happen.
So, one of my last couple of points was there was been a much of talk, or like after the season had ended and when the playoffs was going around. Is Steph Curry the best point guard in the history of the NBA?
Yes, yes, for sure. Stephen Curry is better than Magic Johnson. I don't care what nobody says he is. All right.
Yeah, no. There was definitely a lot of chatter about it. Like, but I think there was a lot of chatter once he had like that 50 ball, when they played the Kings.
Yeah.
I definitely think I think Curry has definitely surpassed Magic Johnson. Just generational talent. He's definitely changed the game of basketball. That he's changed the way we've looked at basketball now. This 6'3" light skin shooting the heck out of the ball, and I just think that he has 4 chips. If you're really gonna split hairs and be like, oh, Magic Johnson has 5, okay. But like Steph Curry, if I'm not mistaken, I believe he's the only man to win unanimous MVP, or was there somebody else?
Nope, it's only him.
I'm saying I think a lot of people forget that because he blew a 3-1 lead. He blew a 3-1. The man is like in the 7 years now of the NBA. This man is the only
Yes.
unanimous MVP.
Mm.
Um, by far the greatest shooter, and I just definitely believe that Curry is definitely way better than Magic Johnson.
Wait, what were you saying?
I just said Curry was. We were just talking about Curry being better than Magic Johnson.
Yes. See, a lot
So
of this is my thing though. A lot of people say, "Oh, Curry can't be the best. He
mm,
got 4 rings, but 2 of them came with Kevin Durant." It's like, dog, Magic Johnson had a top 5 NBA player with him at all times. Like, what do you mean?
right,
Yeah, Kareem. Like,
right.
what? Outrageous.
All right, man. So that's it for today. Um, if you guys just like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell. We'll come out with more content. And Jaden, is there anything you have for him?
Just keep looking out for more content. A lot more coming. Got a great partnership going here.
Right. All right. You guys have a great rest of your day. Tune in for more.